Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin, behind the camera we got Heavy Metal Dylan.
What's up?
Today we're going to be getting into some staff picks, flipping through some new arrivals and recently priced records, and addressing some viewer questions at the end of the video. As always, see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, give the shop a ring, or just cruise by. We're open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. Without further ado, Dylan, what you listening to?
What am I listening to?
Yeah, what are you listening to?
What am I listening to? Well, they call me Heavy Metal Dylan.
Yeah?
So we got this record in, and I was listening to it. Dio's Holy Diver, the first solo Dio record.
Yes?
Amazing stuff.
You're just hearing this now?
I heard it 40 years ago when it came out, dude. Like, don't talk to me like that, bro.
Banger.
I know. Front to back, no skips.
And you don't have any new revelations about it, or?
No, it's still good.
Just giving a thumbs up.
Yes, I'm just saying, I can't believe it's still here. It sat through an entire President's Day.
I know.
And I don't know how.
Everyone's got presidential fever. They're looking for president-themed records,
want some.
I think they're just studying. I think you're supposed to learn about the history of presidents. Yeah, you just go on Wikipedia and just
And then you play the, I won't say his name game. See how many pages you have to go through to get to some evil stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's dark scene.
Yes.
I got the Turning Point record in stock from Revelation Records. This is recently pressed on Rev, was on a variety of labels before that. And listen, you can't improve on perfection here. Just a classic hardcore record released the same month as the last Youth of Today 7-inch. You know that?
For real?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, that's crazy.
I know, 1990. This is, if you want to know the difference between 80s hardcore and 90s hardcore, I think this is between this record and the Inside Out 7-inch. The 90s hardcore was written in the first year.
That's crazy, man.
I know, it's a trip, right?
I know they call me Heavy Metal Dylan.
Yeah.
And they call you Colin.
Yeah, just regular.
But you know, we both like hardcore. It's a great album. I don't know how it's still sitting here after all these years.
Well, we have many copies of it. We've
had
it for a week.
I think this is the last one. This is the last one. Yeah, had it for a week. Yeah. And it's still here.
I always get really excited about these kind of records. Like, ooh, it's back. And then it's like, oh yeah, no one really likes this.
No one cares.
Yeah. It's like 10 guys that like buy shirts. They don't really doesn't have that broad appeal. Shall we flip through some records?
Sure.
Okay.
It was President's Day.
How did you honor all the presidents in the world today?
I ate a grilled cheese sandwich.
Dylan?
Yes.
What is a President Day?
I thought it was Washington's birthday.
Okay, he was the first.
But I think what happens is we stand and salute
presidents.
Yeah, all 156 presidents that we've ever had.
Yes.
And we go, thank you for being our president
that
for 4 to 8 years, depending. Sometimes less than 4, I think.
Anyone who had that job, give it up for you. You know, it's funny, when people are just like, participation trophies, and they're like angry at that idea. President's Day, if you think about it,
yes,
is a participation trophy for all presidents. Because it's not like this one guy. Like, yeah, Washington, hey, this guy, I don't stand Washington. Don't get me wrong. Or any of them. I don't know. Wait, who is your favorite president, real quick?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I can't think of one that I haven't lived through many. Let's say that. But at least I haven't lived through many as an adult.
I guess like Nixon's like the heel, like in wrestling, right? He's like the bad guy.
Yeah, the liar.
Yeah. We're a little too close to some of these things to see it now, so like, don't get me wrong. All presidents are cool in a way.
I suppose.
You won the popularity contest.
Oh, okay. In
like,
that way.
Yeah, it's funny.
You won the prom dress, the prom queen award.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going with Theodore Roosevelt. You were probably evil. I think he did some good things too. He was a Great Depression guy, right?
Don't ask me, man. I'm not the guy. I can't even tell you. I know Lincoln did something.
Yeah.
And I also know he fought vampires or something.
It's all very complicated.
Yeah.
You know?
Lincoln era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a certain nostalgia for the Lincoln era.
Nostalgia for Lincoln logs. And like, I guess he lived in one. He lived in a log cabin. That's all I know. And that every time it's President's Day, we get like deals off used cars.
Sounds like you're siding with Lincoln on this one.
I don't know. The only cool one was Obama. I just remember being in school and like all these kids wearing those like hip hop Obama shirts. That was a cool era. You never see that again. You get horrible merch now.
Viewer questions. This is a part of the video where we answer the questions or comments left in well, I guess technically not last week's, but the week before last. It was 2 weeks ago when we last solicited questions. Leading off, Crispier Than KFC is hitting us up about our Grammy talk. That person's saying they were rooting for ABBA to win, which, listen, I'll be honest with you, Dylan. Yeah, I don't think the album was especially good, a little ballad heavy, but man, Don't Shut Me Down as the best song would have been a phenomenal W for just good taste and sensibilities. But that's the Grammys for you, baby. But same person was giving a thumbs up to our choice of Immaculate Conception, the top tier.
Madonna?
Yes, Madonna's Immaculate Collection. Also the funniest named best of. But that leads us into the next question of Musselur throwing into the ring changes from Bowie 1 and 2, and I have strong opinions about this, Dylan.
Go ahead.
What do you? In terms of compilations, best ofs,
I would say that Changes is probably has a lot. I think.
Yes.
All right, here. Let me put it like this. All right, Changes is probably one of the best Bowie's greatest hits compilations.
You know you're a monster, right?
Thank you.
2, I liked. If I'm just like where my own interests lie, I would say 2 over 1, as far as just taste goes, personal taste.
You mean like track listing?
Well, yeah, it's kind of the later. It comes out in '82, so it's kind of like I think it kind of covers, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like Heroes through Scary Monsters, the Berlin trilogy, maybe some Station to Station 2. Don't quote me on that. But Changes 1, I think that's my example of a best of where every song is good. I have no arguments about the track listing on it, but I don't feel like when I'm listening to it that it's just a bunch of songs that have been kidnapped from other places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't have like a coherent listen in and of itself, and I almost feel like with Bowie, the guy that it's like, if I go to listen to Bowie, I want to listen to an album. I want to listen to Station. I don't want to listen to like songs taken out of it. So maybe that's just biased towards how the artist presents their work or something,
Of course.
But Changes, I don't think it's bad. It just doesn't. It's never like gelled as a coherent piece for me.
I get it, and like a lot of his albums are like storytelling.
Yeah.
And so like if you're I understand the point of the greatest hits.
Right.
You want to just play it at a record store.
Yeah.
And have like Let's Dance and then fucking Ziggy Stardust right next to each other. It's like okay, whatever. But I get what you mean, because Immaculate Collection's just like, hey, here's a bunch of hits, and they have nothing to do with each other. They're just songs.
Yeah, but somehow they kind of explain everything that Madonna.
Yeah, you need to know about Madonna. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Changes doesn't do the same for Bowie. If anything, it gives a really weird kind of slanted take on him or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't quite show you everything he's got, but maybe that has to do with the depth of the artists themselves. Dylan?
Yes.
We've talked too much about Bowie's greatest hits.
Yes.
In general.
You think someone listened to Greatest Changes and being like, all right, and went back to the Bowie's like actual albums and were just like taken away by like how like weird he gets?
Yeah, or just maybe how like I don't know. Yeah, these are Young Americans sounds great. Well, the Young American album is good.
Yeah.
But if you like Young Americans, I don't know that you necessarily like Ziggy Stardust unless you're like in the cult of Bowie.
Yeah.
Or like Aladdin Sane, how far out it gets.
Yeah.
Rebels on Diamond Dogs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like, that's a nice song, which it is.
Yeah.
Great song. Again, there's no bad songs on Changes.
Yeah.
It's fucked up to say you got a record with no bad songs, but the album is not particularly great. Go back to Diamond Dogs, it's a hoop.
I know.
It's a lot going on.
It's all over. I know. That's what I'm saying. You think someone was like turned off and just like kept it with Changes or whatever?
Yeah, like I'm good with these. I just want to hear Starman. I don't want to deal with all this bullshit.
I don't need lore.
Yeah. I don't need a storyline.
Yeah.
I don't need an arc.
Yeah,
I don't need to know what happens to these characters.
I just want to hear a little piece of the arc.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little rhythm, little tune, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm calling it a day.
Yes.
If you have any comments or questions, hit them in the YouTube comment section. We'll address them next week, and it's so much fun to hear from you. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you like to hear us talk about these things we talk about? Leave a comment. We'll talk about it next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. Hmm.